Hey, what's up? I'm Kristen Apple. Welcome to my book haul. I will be making book suggestions as well as magazine and Netflix suggestions, so be sure to give this a thumbs up if you'd like to see more book hauls, and also please comment down below and let me know what you've been reading and what you've been watching on Netflix. I've got 7 books total, 2 that I'm reading right now, and then 5 I just got at the bookstore. So I'll start with the 2 I'm reading right now. The first book I'm reading right now is called The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey, and this is a science fiction novel. I don't normally ever read science fiction. It's not normally my thing, but this one has got me captivated. It's about a 16-year-old girl trying to survive an alien invasion, and I mean, I just can't put it down. I just want to keep reading and just keep seeing what happens next, and critics have compared it to The Hunger Games. So if you like that series, you're likely to like this one, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's made into a movie, so I'm really excited to be reading it, and I just really hope I finish it soon. The other book I'm reading right now is called Staying Strong, 365 Days a Year, and it's Demi Lovato's book, and I sort of just read it. I mean, you can sit and read it like all at once, but I read it like just 1 page a day because each page kind of has like a different inspiration, and like, I don't know, just have like a quote and then like some other stuff, and so I like to start my day just reading a page of it and then kind of spend my day meditating on it. Like, it's really inspiring stuff and just stuff about like believing in yourself, feeling good about yourself. It's just like really empowering, and if you're having trouble with insecurity, like this is a great book. So those are the books I'm reading right now, and then today I went to the bookstore. Well, I went to 2 bookstores. The first one is a used bookstore, which I love going to the used bookstore because they have great prices, and the first book I got there is LA Candy by Lauren Conrad, and I got this, yeah, you can see it was like $5. I got this because so many people have mentioned on their YouTube channels like it's a must read, and then also I'm a huge Lauren Conrad fan. I've watched all the reruns of The Hills, and I just really love her. I think she's awesome, so I'm very excited to read this book, and there's her pretty picture on the back. The next book I got is Vampire Academy, and I was really excited to find this at the used bookstore. I didn't think I was going to be able to find it there, and it's cool because it has like a movie poster inside, and I'll probably read this book first out of all of them just because I want to read it before I see the movie. And I love the Twilight series, so I'm kind of excited. Another vampire series, and I get really into the whole vampire thing, so I'm really excited. And the third book I found at the used bookstore is called The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and there's a movie out, but I've actually never seen the movie, so this book's going to be really interesting for me because I have no idea what to expect. All I know is that it follows the freshman year of someone named Charlie. It's their freshman year in high school, and it's just sort of like a story about growing up just from this person's perspective, sort of like a diary or like writing letters, and I just think that's so interesting. Like, it's so cool to get to read someone else's diary and hear about their experience when, you know, like we're all in high school and we're all going through the same thing, and so I'm really curious to hear what someone else's experience is. So that's everything I got at the used bookstore, and then I went to Barnes & Noble because I still hadn't found all the books I wanted. So Barnes & Noble, great place to find books. The first book I got at Barnes & Noble I'm actually really excited to read. It's called Love and Other Perishable Items, and sort of the star or the main character in this book is Amelia, and she's 15, and she has a crush on someone named Chris who's 21, and so I think for anyone who's ever had a crush on an older guy, you know, it's just, you know how that feels, like it's never gonna happen, it's way too old, but there's something about older guys that's sometimes very interesting, like if you're a freshman and he's a junior and you're just like, oh my gosh. And so I'm just really interested to read her story and what happens, and you know, if they end up getting together or not, and I just love a good love story. And the second book I got at Barnes & Noble is called Looking for Alaska, and it's by John Green, and I was actually trying to get, I think it's called The Fault in Our Stars. I really wanted that book, and they didn't have it, so I tried a different John Green book, Looking for Alaska, because I've also heard great things about this one, and then basically the protagonist is junior in high school. His name's Miles, and his junior year he moves away to go to boarding school, and he ends up meeting this girl named Alaska who's apparently like attractive but really unstable, and so I'm just really curious to hear what happens and how that unfolds, and just to read all about that, and then hopefully I'll be able to find that other book I was looking for. So next, on to magazines. I have quite a few magazines that I read every month. The first is Teen Vogue, and this comes in the mail. Like, I have a subscription, and I will probably always have a subscription. Like, for as long as I can remember, I've always read Teen Vogue, and I just love it, and that's part of why I love Lauren Conrad so much, because she got to work at Teen Vogue, and I'm so jealous. The next magazine I subscribe to is called 17, and this is my favorite magazine, and I get really excited waiting for it to come in the mail, and as soon as it comes, I just tear it open, and I can't wait to read it. And the third and final magazine that I subscribe to is Allure, and honestly, it's my least favorite, but it does have some good beauty articles. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I just skip over, but there'll usually be at least like 1 or 2 articles that just really help me out with something like hair or skin, and so I do enjoy like getting it every month just to, you know, get that skin advice that I need. I feel like I always learn something. And this is another magazine I've been reading this month. It's Luxury Avenue, and I'd never heard of it before, but my parents brought it back from Cancun, and it has like a lot of really amazing, beautiful pictures in it, and it also has like half the articles are in Spanish, not English, and so it's kind of fun trying to read those. And then finally, my Pottery Barn Teen magazine, and this is an old one. Since I moved, I feel like they don't send me, so I'm gonna have to like re-subscribe to theirs because I love looking at all the pictures of the pretty rooms in here. So those are all the books and magazines that I've been reading and I'm going to read, and the final thing is my Netflix suggestions. This is basically just everything I've recently watched on Netflix that I would definitely recommend you check out, especially if you're on break from school or if you have some time on the weekend and you're just bored. So I'll start with TV shows, and I've got it all written down on my phone because otherwise I'll never remember. So these are like, I've literally watched like every episode of all these shows on Netflix. So The Fosters, Twisted, Pretty Little Liars, that's one of my favorites, put a star next to that one. Life Unexpected, Revenge, Gossip Girl. I love any show that takes place in New York City, and I really love Gossip Girl. I think I've seen the whole series like 2 or 3 times, so put a star by that one too. The Carrie Diaries also takes place in New York City. Switched at Birth, and 90210. I'm actually watching 90210 right now. I haven't finished that one. That's like the only one I haven't finished all the way yet. And then movies, I just put the 3 most recent movies that I've seen on Netflix. Don't judge me, but the 3 most recent movies I watched on Netflix are Geek Charming. Yes, it's a Disney original movie. High School Musical 2, also a Disney original movie. And Starstruck, which is also a Disney original movie. So that's my Netflix suggestions. That is everything. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you'd like me to make any lists down below for you, and I will see you next time.